Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It is Tuesday night. It's time for our weekend recap. This week's weekend recap is a little light. Um, it was just one of those weeks. This is kind of uh, I guess you could say, a dead week for us in between markets. So honestly, we did a whole lot of sitting at home and just kind of relaxing and getting prepped. Um, the farmers market where we spend a majority of our time this summer wrapped up on August 31st. That was the last regular season um, farmers market day. And we didn't have anything this past weekend to do, like as I said. And then coming up, we've got next weekend, we'll be at Local Fest in Jonesboro. And then we'll be back at the Paragould Farmers Market the 21st and the 28th, the last 2 weeks of September for their fall market. So this has kind of got us in kind of a little bit of a like a limbo phase, and we just we spent a lot of time at home, just kind of taking a breath, taking a minute, getting ready, preparing for the next one, and kind of just relaxing a little bit. So like I said, there wasn't a lot. We didn't get out and do a lot this past week, but we did do a few things. So let's jump right in and let's talk about those. These are the things, some of the places that we went, and some of the businesses we interacted with over the course of the last couple of weeks, and that's the one I want. All right. So this past week, I stopped by LA Nights for just a minute, and I didn't stay long, just a little while. I was there, uh, kind of checking some things out, looking at some of their audio equipment. I'm chasing down a weird noise they've got in their sound system, and I had something I wanted to try. It didn't work, so I'm kind of back to the drawing board. But I did spend a little time there and visited with Ashton, one of the bartenders, and talked to a couple of the patrons that were there. Uh, and it was I enjoy it. I enjoy getting to see the people that I know there. And every once in a while, I still go up and hang out and play around in the DJ booth on the weekend. Obviously, it would not be a week if there was not a trip to Shadrack's, and we did make last week was when I tell you that last week was a slow week, y'all. You have to understand this is how slow it was. There was one. We only made one trip to Shadrack's the entire last 7 days. That's how slow of a week it was. I didn't go by Shadrack's any at all during the week last week. And the only trip we actually made to Shadrack's was on Saturday. We stopped by Saturday morning, grabbed something to drink while we were out and about, running some errands and going to visit some people and stuff. One of those people that we went to go visit was Unraveled Yarn Boutique. Um, I had ordered some yarn from Unraveled. Unraveled has started making a custom colorway that will coincide with the books that are in the Book of the Month Club for Weber's Bookhouse, and the Book of the Month Club for August. Yeah, August. It was the last one, not the current one, which I guess is September. Don't tell Jersey I forgot to change my calendar, and I'm now 10 days behind. So I'm going to probably try to remember to do that when I get off here tonight. But anyway, so for the last Book of the Month Club, I'd ordered a skein of the yarn that was uh, that went along with the book. Uh, Steel and Stitches and we got the audiobook for that, and we listened to the audiobook on Libro FM. So we listened to that while we were running some errands and hanging out at the house and stuff. So we got the yarn that went along with it from Unraveled, and so went to pick that up on Saturday, along with a few other things that Unraveled had, excuse me, that Steel and Stitches had ordered that we needed to pick up as well. So, and there was one other thing that we did have something we had to deliver to Unraveled on Saturday, but that's going to be something that you're going to have to catch a stream from Steel and Stitches in order to find out what that was. So, um, But yeah, we'll show that off here in the near future. Um, but yeah, so that was we spent a little time with Unravel and just kind of visited a little bit. And then we went over to Appalicious Gourmet Apples and Treats. It was early afternoon, and we weren't quite ready for dinner yet, but we thought we might need a snack, just to kind of run through the afternoon. And so we went to Appalicious Gourmet Apples and Treats, and we got some ice cream, and we got a turtle apple. So it's a you think the components of a turtle. You've got the nuts and the caramel and the hot fudge and in the ice cream. Well, we got all that the caramel and the nuts and the chocolate coating in apple, and they even cut the apples up for you in case you're wondering, so you don't have to just try to take a big bite out of that apple. You can. That was probably a really. That's going to be that picture. That is probably going to what's going to end up getting captured as the thumbnail for this video, and that'll just be a disturbing sight all around. But anyway, yes, we stopped there, got some apples, and chilled out at Appalicious Gourmet Apples and Treats for a while. Enjoyed, like I said, we enjoyed. We had a bowl of ice cream while we were there, and we took a one small piece of the apple and tried that while we were there just to try it. Then we took the rest of the apple with us, and we enjoyed that at home later on. Uh, when we finally did decide that we were ready for dinner tonight, neither one of us felt like cooking, so we let Brick Oven do the cooking. And we went down to Brick Oven, and they have a fantastic um, cauliflower crust pizza. So if you're looking for something gluten free, um, and I understand that that's a challenge, sometimes to find that. For example, 1812 pizza, and this is something I've always thought was very odd. Um, 1812 pizza in Jonesboro has a gluten free crust. The 1812 pizza in Paragould does not. Uh, and we enjoy going to 1812 Pizza, but unfortunately, that does limit the menu items that are available to us if you're trying to, uh, limit gluten. So in this case, we wanted pizza, so we went to Brick Oven and had some pizza, and relaxed and enjoyed that Saturday evening. On Sunday, we had some errands we needed to run in Jonesboro. So while we were there, we finally uh, and Native Brewer. Let me hang on a second. I gotta double check because I want to make sure that I want to make sure I'm as embarrassed as I am. Well, yeah. So Native Brewworks, um, just like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, um, 3 weeks ago, Native Brewworks celebrated their third anniversary, their third year in business. And I'm embarrassed to say this is the first time that I've been there was this past week. Uh, it's not for lack of desire. I've wanted to go there and wanted to check the place out. I really enjoy um, that local brewery atmosphere. I think it's just an amazing place. You can go there and you can see some true masters um, that are working on crafting these exceptional beers. And yeah, some of them are high ABV, but I mean, honestly, I'm really not going for the alcohol. I love the way that they put together all of the ingredients and come up with these fantastic flavors. And it's it's so much more than the one dimensional stuff you get that is and this is a thing. um y- y- Somebody has they manage the major brewing companies have managed to co-opt the word domestic. Okay, so domestic means, local, belonging to a, an area or a country or something like that. That's here, and there's nothing that's more um, domestic than a local brewery. It taps into the heart of the community that it's in. Um, anyway, maybe I'm going a little bit far afield on that, but yeah, I was super excited when I heard that there was going to be a brewery going in Jonesboro, and I've wanted to get there, and just time and life and things and stuff have just kind of conspired that we weren't able to make it until this past week. And we went on Sunday. We went for brunch and had some fantastic food. The food was delicious. Um, I got a flight and got to try four different small, like 5 ounce pours of some of their featured selections that they have. And yeah, it was just a really enjoyable time, just kind of sitting there and the crowd and watching people as they were, kind of coming through and uh, seeing the different people in the different groups. And they were hosting a I think it was a bridal shower or maybe or something wedding related they were hosting in the back room later on that afternoon. So it's just, yeah, it was just a great time, and super really excited that. So that was uh that was our Sunday. That was what we did on Sunday, and that's like I said, that's kind of the list. It was a short list. There was only uh, six things on it. So yeah, it was a very very short list. Like I said, we did spend a lot of time close to home and not really venturing out much this week, other than I had to go to work. But other than that, it was very close to home. Now, I'm going to make this announcement a couple of times, and but this is the first time I'm going to be announcing this. So, uh, um, I have very much enjoyed over the past year and a half or so doing these weekly um, live updates about talking about the ways that we interact with our local community, and um, highlighting the local artisans and craftspeople and the local businesses and small businesses that are in the area. Um, and then on my DJ tape channel, I've really enjoyed being able to talk about local musicians and local venues that host musicians, and really trying to, just celebrating the incredible depth and width of talent that we have in this area. I have very much enjoyed doing that. That being said, I've kind of run into a bit of a problem. Um, the problem is that the software that I use to do this is it's an online software, and it's from a company called StreamYard. And StreamYard has they've recently added a bunch of new features, and added a whole bunch of new stuff that you can do with their platform. And they've added some really really cool stuff. The problem is that they added one thing that I don't think is super cool, and the thing that's not cool is the new price tag. Um, just in full disclosure, um, in order for me, let me see if I can. So last year, on October 5th of last year, is when I purchased um, my StreamYard subscription to allow me to do this for a year. Um, that cost me $230. To have this, I get 50 hours of video storage, which by the way, I've gone through more than 50 hours. So I like had to download the old stuff so that it doesn't get deleted and I don't run out of space. But it gives me the ability to connect to YouTube channels and Facebook channels. I can also connect to um, uh, Instagram and Twitter. So there are lots of connections that it allows me to make and things it lets me do. Um, and I enjoy being able to do that, and I enjoy being able to share with you in that way. But that being said, StreamYard has added these new features, and along with these new features, they have changed the price. Um, and when my renewal date comes up, which is October 5th, by the way, they want to charge me $431.88. So they are increasing the price by $200, almost double what I paid last year. And that's a cost that I'm not in a position where I'm prepared to pay that, and that's not an amount that I want to incur. Um, so that being said, I also have a lot of stuff going on in the month of October. So for the month of October, I'm going to take a hiatus. Um, I have a wedding coming up, not mine, but there I have a wedding that I'm very much involved in that is coming up at the end of October. And so for the month of October, it's going to be all hands on deck, furious activity, getting all the last minute preparations and everything done. For the wedding, for the reception, for rehearsals, for all the stuff that's involved in a wedding. All of that's going to be going on and taking place during the month of October. So I'm going to take a hiatus for the month of October, and I am going to um, take care of that. And I'm also going to explore some alternatives to StreamYard. My goal is to be able to continue to do this, but I have to be able to do it at a price I can afford. And I really can't. Um, I do this for fun and I do it because I enjoy it. But just because you do something for fun and because you enjoy it does not mean that you can. It does not mean I do it from your point of view. I do it for free. I don't charge anything, and I have no sponsors or anything like that. So I just do this for free. Um, and there's only so much cost involved in that that I can absorb. So I'm going to need to find some alternatives to StreamYard. So if you know anybody that's in the streaming community that's using any alternatives, if they've got any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to bounce some ideas off of them and see how that's going to work. But I want to see if what I can find out. See if there's something that I can do to be able to do what I want to do at a price I can afford. So you heard it here first, folks. We have we'll do this. I don't know why I'm looking at the calendar over there because it's still on August. Um, we'll have two more weekend recaps. We'll do one next week, the 17th, and one the week following that on the 24th. There will be three more um, music updates tomorrow, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th, and then three more coming up this weekend shows the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. As far as the Steel and Stitches um, Fiber Fun Fridays, there will not be one of those this Friday because Local Fest is going on this Friday and Saturday, and we will be at Local Fest with the Steel and Stitches booth. So uh, I will probably do a quick live from there just to say hi to everybody, but we will not have a Fiber Fun Friday this weekend. We will have one next Friday, the 20th, and then one the Friday following that, the 27th, and that will be the last episode before I go on hiatus. So you heard it here first. That's the plan. That's what's going on. That's what we're going to do. I do hope that I find something that I can find as a suitable replacement and be able to get that in place and look to being back around the 1st of November. But stay tuned. Keep following and watching the Facebook feeds and stuff, and we'll let you know when, where, why, what's going on. All right. So, guys, that's it for this evening. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you find something local to do. I hope you find ways to support your local community and your local economy. And we'll see you on Thursday, where we talk about all the stuff going on this week and the next. All right. So you guys take it easy and have a good week, and we will talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.